Welcome to Shots by APVA. You're listening to T-Code. Is it too late to wish you a happy August? So much has been happening in the audio space and we are happy to help you catch up. Let's get right to it. In case you missed it, the Association of African Podcasters and Voice Artists, APVA, is delighted to announce Captivate as the headline sponsor of the African Podcast and Voice Awards, APVA Awards 2022. The APVA Award launched on the 11th of April 2022, making it the first of its kind in Africa. The premier virtual award ceremony, which received over 2,000 nominations and 70,000 votes from over 20 countries in its first edition, is set to become one of the most anticipated events in the audio industry, highlighting Africa's voices and reimagining the African experience for the world to see. Visit Captivate.fm to learn more about the world's only growth-oriented podcast host that permits hosting multiple podcasts for one single monthly cost with zero contracts. Designed and built by podcasters to give independent podcast creators the freedom and flexibility to do what they do best. Important announcement. This is a gentle reminder that all APVA nominees are expected to send in their acceptance video on or before August 15th, 2022. See the link below or in our bio to submit right away. We look forward to hearing from you. Afripods will be attending this year's Podcast Movement conference in Dallas. Here is some background about the conference. Every year since 2014, Podcast Movement has gathered thousands of passionate podcasters and industry professionals from around the world under one roof to learn, grow professionally, and most importantly, evolve and improve the podcast community. In August 2022, Podcast Movement returns to the city where it all began in 2014. Afripods, the Pan-African, innovative, dynamic, and user-friendly platform bringing together podcasters, listeners, and advertisers on the continent, will also be hosting an interactive panel discussion titled Africa and Podcasting, the Opportunity Continent, on Friday, August 26, 2022 from 11:45 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. On this panel will be CEO Molly Johnson and Chief Content Officer and Head of Strategy Kevin Brown. Also joining will be Dan Aseda, the CEO of Sema Box Africa, and Anthony Fraser, the CEO of ABF Creative. In this interactive session, invited leading experts will share about the podcasting ecosystem in Africa, giving insights on how to engage and interact with the market. Join the world's largest gathering of the podcast industry for 4 days of over 150 educational sessions and workshops, the best networking events and parties, plus podcasting's biggest and best expo and trade show. Africa Podfest's own Josephine Karianjahi will be taking the startup stage at Podcast Movement 22, the world's biggest podcast conference in Dallas, Texas. Will you be there? She will be presenting 2022 audience research from Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa in a presentation, Understanding the African Podcasting Opportunity. This groundbreaking mixed method research project, in partnership with Baraza Media Lab, brought together a team of African media researchers based in the continent and beyond. Want to be a part of this? Visit 2022.podcastmovement.com to learn more. International news. You think you've heard it all? There is more. Lionsgate has entered the podcasting space with a new division called Lionsgate Sound. The division will operate as a full-service podcast production company, handling podcast production for the studio's film and television businesses, while also overseeing all elements of podcast production for third-party clients. Spotlight of the Week. Our spotlight for the week is Oriire, African Heritage. Oriire spotlights history, mythology, and food from different African cultures and across the diaspora. Visit Oriire.com to listen to their latest podcasts. Find out more about all you've heard in the description below. Visit apva.africa. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share with your folks. Talk soon!